A lot of things have been unfolding in the Abuja real estate market. Recently, we all witnessed how the Honorable Minister Nyesom Wike revoked a land that was said to belong to Julius Berger. Shortly after this, the activist himself, the person of very dark man, that was accompanied by his lawyer, Barrister DG Ajenyoju, also accused the honorable minister of demolishing some property that was said to belong to the residents of Abuja. And according to them, these people have been staying in this region for 37 years. Of course, I also witnessed basically that at the beginning of the tenure of the honorable minister, a law was actually passed that the fee for processing a COO for properties in the Abuja axis was increased drastically, I think from 2.5 to 5 million, and it's a lot of reaction. So on today's episode, I'm going to be discussing extensively the land grabbing accusation that was labeled towards the honorable minister. So sit down, relax, and I'll be back immediately after.
It's because of the ongoing massive demolition in the FCT by the Honorable Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike. The reason why we have come to this particular location, there are 4 different demolitions affecting thousands, more than 15,000 residents of the FCT in this location alone. You can see here children who their parents are directly affected. You can also see that there is a victim. One of the victims was shot. He's here. The media have captured. He has just been brought from the hospital. He was shot on the leg. Property worth millions of naira. Shops have been destroyed. After the demolition, the FCD and the FCTA administration, they not only did they demolish, they burned properties here. As you can see, the media can go around to verify for themselves. We have come to identify with the poor people who are affected. And we have also been briefed. We were briefed just yesterday. By all the affected.
Okay, you're welcome back. In case you're coming across this video for the first time, this is Property Matters. We discuss everything that has to do with real estate in Lagos, Nigeria. So do well to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a video, a very important personality like you will be the very first person to see it. Now I'm going to be showing you a video clip of the said demolitions that happened in the Abuja axis, and I'm also going to be showing you other video clip of a man who allegedly whose clients allegedly lost property worth 200 billion to this ongoing demolition. And a lot of people have talked about what is happening in the FCT, and the reason why I'm making this video basically is due to the fact that since these activities have been happening, I've been monitoring what has been happening in the Abuja real estate market. I've been following the trends, I've been following the tons of activities, because I want to give our real estate investor an updated knowledge of what is going on, so that we can pick important lesson going forward. So I have some things that I'll be saying, but let me just show you a clip. I won't be able to show you everything because of YouTube video policy. I'll just show you a clip of the demolition that happened. Then shortly after that clip, I'm also going to show you a clip of the lawyer who allegedly said that his client's property was demolished. And according to this lawyer, they said there was a litigation on this said property that was demolished. According to them, okay, as that the honorable minister was fully aware. So sit down, relax. We'll be back immediately after this short video clip.
The gentlemen of the press, my name once again is Carlo Ago, a lawyer, and also a lawyer to Home Builders Association of Nigeria. The developers who lost their property through the illegal demolition by the Honorable Minister Wike at Sabonlube in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. We have been briefed and we have the instructions of the Home Builders Association of Nigeria to bring to the notice of Nigerians and the world that the Honorable Minister Nyesom Wike has been involved in illegal demolition of property at Sabolumbe in the FCT Abuja. That our client has all the necessary title documents to Sabolumbe, Abuja. That before they started developing the said area, they got building permit from the Development Control, a department in the Federal Capital Territory Administration. And it is on record that before the Development Control Department will issue any building permit, they always liaise with the Urban and Regional Planning, who will verify whether the applicant for a building permit is actually the owner of the state property in which is interested to develop. And payments were made, statutory payments were made to the said Development Control. But to the surprise of everybody in the FCT, the Honorable Minister, without notice to our clients, without notice to anybody, by an executive fiat, directed the Development Control Department to go to the said Sabolumbe to destroy properties worth over 200 billion naira. As we speak today, the said demolition has rendered so many Nigerians homeless because people were residents in the said place and today they are homeless. What bothers our clients is that for the Honorable Minister to enter such place and order for the demolition, there should be a court order. The minister cannot be a judge in his own case. You cannot say these people are land grabbers and at the same time issuing order for the demolition. There is no such order from any court of competent jurisdiction in the FCT that gave such order. As we speak today, even when the Honorable Minister is aware that the said area has become a subject of litigation, the Honorable Minister has been served with the said processes, and in his characteristic manner of being a tyrant, or being somebody who doesn't care about the institutions, has gone ahead to demolish the place and is still going on to demolish the place. And of note, which Nigerians should know, is that the reason behind the said demolition, because the Honorable Minister is interested of allocating that said place to other developers. As we speak today, the internet is awash with the news of the same place being allotted to another developer in the name of Radcom Nigeria Limited. And the said offer was made to the said...
All right, you're welcome back. So let's quickly talk about the important things and what I want real estate investors to understand. Like I said at the commencement of this video, since the present tenure of the Honorable Minister in the person of Mr. Nyesom Wike as the Minister of the FCT, I've been following, the tens of events that has been happening, more importantly, in the Abuja real estate market. So on today's episode, I'm not going to be taking side. I'm not going to be saying this person is guilty or the minister or that this said demolitions. Although we have still not gotten a response, the minister is yet to respond to this allocation. But there was demolition, of course. From those videos you can see that there was demolition. So we are still waiting the reaction of the Honorable Minister. But what are the important lessons that real estate investors need to pay attention to? Though a lot of people have reacted differently to these circumstances and this situation, a lot of people have come to the conclusion that because of these incessant cases of demolition, more importantly in the FCT, people have concluded that it is not safe to invest in Nigeria. But that obviously is a case or a situation for another day. But this is my own conclusion. Now, at the beginning of the tenure of the Honorable Minister of FCT in the person of Mr. Nyesom Wike, Barrister Nyesom Wike, he's a lawyer, I noticed some drastic changes in the Abuja real estate market. The first thing I noticed basically was that the price for C of O was increased, and we also that the land that was belonging to Julius Berger was revoked. And of course, the reason for the revocation was due to the fact that you just can't buy land, withhold it, and don't do anything on it. According to them, that land was overriding private government interest, And of course, we all know what happened on the land presently right now. This present administration is building some quarters and houses, for the chief justices and other judicial officers of the federation. So I'm not here to talk about that. And shortly after, there was also a decree that was passed that if you have land in Abuja and you're not doing it, government has actually given a stipulated deadline for people to start developing on their properties. And these have actually sparked a lot of reactions from real estate investors, more importantly those in the diaspora. And people have asked, what exactly is going on in the FCT? Although there've been a lot of accusations, okay, there've been a lot of accusations that this is actually a deliberate act, okay, from the honorable minister himself. And of course, the purpose of this basically is to ensure that people's land were forcefully taken over. In fact, a lot of people accused the honorable minister of land grabbing, forcefully taking people's land. Like I said at commencement, these are still allegations, but this is not to negate the fact that there was demolition. So for demolitions to happen, a lot of explanation needs to be done, because demolitions cannot take place without the consent or the approval of high-rank government officials. So what are the important lessons that real estate investors must draw from these unfortunate circumstances? So what are the important lessons? What do real estate investors need to understand? Now, the basically thing is that since the decree concerning the C of O was passed, for property owners by the honorable minister, I grew intense interest. And one of the things I understand basically is that my first advice to every real estate investor is that, please, if you cannot start, because investing in Abuja right now is risky, because with these activities, it is very uncertain. So if you cannot cope with the risk, I will advise that you pause your real estate investment in Abuja we watch as events begin to unfold. Let us see what is going on. Like I said, there've been a lot of opinions, comments, and activities. And also, I also want real estate investors to know basically that if you own properties in Abuja right now, this is actually the best time for you to start, perfecting your title, putting all the necessary things in place just to safeguard your property, so that all these, unfortunate circumstances will not happen to you. Now, in a situation whereby there are some documents that can, legally back up the claim that this property belongs to you, it is very important that you do such right now. Don't wait until this situation gets to your side before you begin to do what is needful. So if you have untitled properties in Abuja, call on your lawyers, call on your realtors, call on everybody that must have helped you to secure the investment, and do the needful, so that even if government tends to take your property, in as much as fact that there is documents, the law mandates that you will be adequately compensated. And another thing a real estate investor needs to do basically is that they should understudy what is going on and do not panic. Now, basically, what you need to understand is that as a real estate investor, there are some places that are called government interest zone. So I will advise every real estate investor to, through the help of due diligence and their lawyers, they should identify places that are government interest zone, because the truth of the matter is all land belongs to the government. This is not to justify what is currently going on, but this is a wake-up call for real estate investors to understand that if you are investing in Abuja, try as much as you can, to identify this government interest zone. It is in every state across the federation, and you should try as much as you can, to avoid that place, till all these issues of demolitions and everything that is happening in the FCT is legally and totally solved and resolved, amicably. So you want to look at how events will unfold and avoid government interest zone, because every state has it. Okay, so you want to put attention to all these things so that you will not be having situations like this. So these are some of the things that I'll be sharing today on today's episode of Property Matters. But for real estate investor, you will notice that basically since this law about increasing the prices of C of O document, I knew problems will be coming to the Abuja real estate axis. And then there's also a case where government are saying they don't want people's land to be idle, that every land must be developed by giving a time frame. I'm not here to debate whether it is right or not, but I'm just here, to call the attention of all my real estate investors to pay, adequate attention to this so that they can do the needful. So, like I said, for now, as events is unfolding now, will this affect everywhere in Abuja? Definitely not. But if you're investing in Abuja, I endeavor to find out that where you are buying your property is not a government interest zone, because there've been allegations that the minister of the FCT is forcefully taking people's land and then allocating to some people. Of course, like I said, these are still allegations, so we are not here to affirm whether it is true or not. We are not the court of law, so we will be talking about that. But for what I will do basically is that I will suspend every investment plan that I have for Abuja until these issues are resolved. Though a lot of people have been calling for the attention of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to intervene. And of course, whenever issues like this is gaining global attention, I can assure you, I'm so certain that the president will intervene. But until then, I will advise, okay, that let's pause every investment in Abuja and let's see how things will unfold as situations are beginning to happen. Or till I come your way in another exciting, educative, and of course informative episode of Property Matters. My name is Adija. Remember, I am your trusted real estate investor here, investor and advisor. I help real estate investors acquire safe and of course profitable real estate in Nigeria, in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja. Of course, Abuja real estate investment. Let's just pause it and see how events unfold in Lagos, both on the mainland, on the island. Of course, you're interested in buying acres of land for agriculture and every other thing. We do that as well. So our intention basically is to ensure that you get the best for your service. Thank you very much for following. It's a short video. Okay, so I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.